Hello, welcome to Cooking with Debs and
Sophia.
And today we are making a banana loaf cake. In my saucepan, this is a recipe that you can just mix together in the saucepan, so make sure it's big enough for all the ingredients. I've got 125 grams of butter. Now this is actually butter that we've had for a while. I popped it in the freezer and I've just taken it out today. I didn't even leave it to defrost, I just chopped it in half because it's like 125 grams is half of the British packet of butter, and just stuck it in the saucepan because this is going to be melting in a minute. So I've got 125 grams of butter and I'm going to add 150 grams of sugar. I'm using granulated sugar because I use granulated sugar for everything, but you can use caster sugar if you want to. Meanwhile, we've got some bananas which have been in the freezer and we've defrosted them, and Sophia's going to mash them. Now, I admit they do look a bit disgusting, but they're perfectly fine. They're going to make this cake taste amazing. So next time you've got, that's a bit of skin. Next time you've got ripe bananas but you're not ready to bake with them, stick them in the freezer. You can either peel them first or you can just literally put them in their skins, and they're perfect for baking with. Finally, in my saucepan I'm going to add some vanilla extract, and I'm just going to go and melt this, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we just melted that together. It doesn't need to boil or anything, you just want the butter to be melted and the sugar mixed in. Now Sophia's going to add in the banana. You can use 2 to 3 large bananas. We actually had some like little miniature bananas that hadn't got eaten, so we probably used about 5 or 6. I just put them all in a bag together in the freezer. Right, you need 180 grams of self-raising flour, but I didn't have any self-raising flour, but I also didn't have any baking powder. So here's your little tip. In here I've got half a teaspoon of cream of tartar and 1/4 teaspoon of bicarbonate soda, and that 3/4 worth of mixture is equivalent to 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So I've got baking powder in there, and I need 190 grams of flour. We've made this before. I made it accidentally with a salted caramel extra, like flavouring, instead of vanilla, and it actually tasted really good. So you can experiment if you want to. Right, if I pour that in, will you mix for me, Soph? I'm adding in 60 millilitres of milk, measured in my handy Tommy Tippy cup. Sophie's spreading flour on me. Pour that in. Careful, sweetheart. Slow. And 1 egg. This is going to go into a preheated oven at 170 or 175 degrees centigrade for, I usually start checking at 45 minutes. It can take up to 55 minutes, but definitely check sooner than that. It kind of just seems to depend on the weather even. It's one of those recipes. The way you know if the banana cake is done is by inserting a skewer into the middle, and if it comes out clean, then the banana cake is cooked in the middle. I'm just attempting to grease my tin. This is a silicone bread tin. If you have a metal one, you'd probably want to use some greaseproof paper, at least in the bottom, if not up the sides as well, because that will help. And that's it. It's all incorporated. Just make sure that the flour is completely mixed in, and then never mind the bits on the side. We'll pop it into the tin. I'll tell you what, I usually use a spatula for this bit. This is a great after school treat or Sunday afternoon tea, or sometimes Sophie just has some in your lunchbox, don't you?
Yeah.
To be honest, you can eat some for breakfast if you wanted to. It's great as it is. Some people like to put butter on the top, or some people I've even seen put chocolate spread on the top. That's definitely a decadent treat. So that's all in the tin. Just give it a little tap down. Just going to wipe these bits away with my finger. And that's it. It's going to go into the oven and we'll show you what it looks when it's cooked. If you liked our recipe, it would be great if you could like and subscribe. And we'll hope to see you next time.
Bye.